So, you think you want to build your very own 3-foot deluxe rainmaker. You think you have what it takes. Do you understand what you're gonna have to go through if you want to get your very own 3-foot deluxe rainmaker? The trials and the tribulations, the sheer hell you're gonna put yourself through to obtain this lofty goal? First thing you're gonna have to do is go into the belly of the beast.
Yeah, that's right. The fucking Home Depot.
Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Fuck. Shit. Shit.
Why? The horror.
What's up, buddy? The fucking horror. Look at his bullshit. I'll probably get this one. Yeah, that one's the one.
Would you like an e-receipt?
Fuck no.
Thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.
Almost free. Oh.
I can breathe.
Oh, thank God. Oh, fucking, oh, God. Oh, it's over. Oh, God. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Them baggy sweatpants and the Reeboks with the straps. She turned around and gave that big booty a smack. She hit the floor, and the next thing you know, shorty got low. Shorty got low.
Oh, God. Safe. Let's go drink some beers and beat our wives. So, back from the fucking Home Depot, gonna make this goddamn rainmaker. Got the fucking wood, parked the car, brought the fucking wood in, here we are. There's the goddamn wood over there. Gotta cut that shit down. Rainmaker's gonna be 3 fucking feet long. So here we go. We've got the classic, gotta cut a 4x8 sheet of plywood down. Want to cut it to a 3-foot piece and a 5-foot piece lengthwise. Why not just use a circular saw, you ask? Because I don't fucking want to. We're gonna do it freehand on this fucking table saw. Luckily this bitch has fucking wheels and we can move it real quick. And there we go. Make sure when you put your table saw back down, you're not gonna fuck anything up. Bam. Broke. Now, what kind of miraculous contraption are you gonna use to get this piece of wood up on the table saw? In this case, it's only 1/4-inch plywood. No big deal. Most people could probably lift that up. So I'm gonna use the not be a pussy method. All right. The board's up on the table saw. And I've drawn a straight fucking line on it at 3 fucking feet as promised from that end. That end is still 5 feet long. How did I draw such a straight line, you ask? Let me show you. I made a mark here and a fucking mark out there. And then I used that 4-foot level to draw a straight line between the two. I could have been a smart-ass asshole and taken my tape measure and put it over here and ran it down here to 3 fucking feet, and then held my pencil here, drawing this fucking line, sliding the fucking tape measure. Like a fucking idiot. All right, so let's cut this motherfucker, huh? Dust collection, fucking on. Slide that bitch back. Table saw. Fucking on. Here we go. And then you just cut it on the fucking line. Well, that was easy, wasn't it, kids? We've got that 4x8 sheet of plywood broken down into a 5-foot piece that we're not going to use right now. That's why it's leaning up against the wall. And a three-peat piece on the bench over there. Got the table saw back where it should be. Power cords running up to the ceiling. Nice. Now it's time to do some work. Let's slide our fat ass over here and take a look and see what we're going to do. Look at that nice Home Depot corner. Focus, you. Wonderful. At this point, you may be wondering, what do I need to purchase to make my own deluxe 3-foot rainmaker? Well, let me show you. You will need a 1/4-inch underlayment sheet from the Home Depot. I purchased my 4-foot by 8-foot sheet for $20. Those sons of bitches will also sell you a 4-foot by 4-foot sheet for $20. You will need wood glue.
That is what wood glue looks like.
Rubber bands. These are rubber bands. Get you some of. You will need a 1/4-inch dowel rod, 3 feet long. You will need a 1/4-inch metal screen. It looks like 1/4-inch holes. The beads fall through these holes and make the rain sound. You may be thinking everything on this project is 1/4-inch. Well, that's where you are wrong. You will need 3mm glass beads. These are glass seed beads for jewelry making. You can buy them on Amazon or steal them from your sister. Or you can just use rice. That's what glass beads look like from Taiwan. You will also need the painter's tape, a pencil, perhaps a tape measure, and a straight edge. Next step is to cut this shit into 1.5-inch wide strips, 3 feet long. Got the table saw fence set 1.5. Got the blade not so high. Made a custom deluxe push block out of a 2x4 to push that shit on through. Pushy, pushy, pushy. All right, let's cut these goddamn strips. Dust collection on. Table saw fucking on. Be careful. All right. Ah, shit. Ended up with 29 pieces and 1 skinny piece. We're going to use that skinny piece to do our test cut to find our fucking angle. The rainmaker we're going to be making is going to be 8-sided. That's an octagon for all you non-high school graduates. How do you figure out the angle to cut it at, you ask? Well, you divide 360 by the number of sides, in our case 8. That gives an angle of 22.5, you stupid ass. Well, let's get this saw set to that 22.5 degree angle. But here's a little tip. You'll never see the inside of this rainmaker. So if we cut the angle a little bit bigger, the outside angles will match up much better. Let's turn that crank. We're going to go for about 23.5. 20, 21, 22, 23.5. Time to cut our test piece at that 23.5 angle and see how it fits together. How's it look? About like that. So I've actually got the saw set back at 0 degrees. We're going to cut 8 pieces off of our test piece, tape them together, and see how the angle looks. Let's do it. Let's cut that shit end off first. Thanks, Home fucking Depot. Alrighty then. Let's tape these fuckers together. We're gonna put a piece of tape across that shit. Got them all pressed together nice. Cross your fingers so I don't fuck it up. And looks like I did alright. So you can take that shit, curl it up, and see how shitty of a job you did. But we're gonna go with this. See what happens. Fuck yeah, let's cut the real shit. Here we go. Is this starting to look familiar yet? It should be. Well, I'm gonna cut one side and then maybe cut the other side. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'll cut one side on all of them, cut the other side on all of them. Who gives a shit? Yep. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. Camera's not in the way at all. This is naturally how I would do this awkward shit. Probably won't cut my hand off. Let's do this one fast. Real fast. Fuck it, huh? Slam that motherfucker through there, huh? Let's do that again. This is paint grade shit. Not like we're building a fucking antique curio cabinet. Alright, got them all sorted out back in order. Step 2. The other side. Let's take a look at that. How's it look? Well, I say go with it. I've done worse. You know how sometimes you're cutting skinny strips like this? Your ends tend to get a little skinnier than the rest of the board because you suck. You know what I mean? So you gotta compensate for that sometimes. And I know all about compensation, let me tell you. I own all kinds of sports cars and monster trucks. Huh, ladies? Boy, this is getting to be, ain't it? But it also be done. All right, we got our 8 pieces laying out on the table. Line your ends up approximately. It doesn't matter because we're going to trim the end off on the table saw later. The first time I made this shit, I was real concerned about getting it just right. But it don't matter. So we got some gaps here. Those will pull together easily with this thin, flimsy wood, just with the tape. And especially with the glue and shit we're going to do later. Let's put that fucking expensive-ass $10 roll of tape on this shit. Don't be a fucking child. Cut your tape to length first before you start. Let's put them on this thing. See if we can't pull these things together. And speed up. All right. Oh, doesn't that look neat? See all those nice grooves, everybody? That's where we're gonna put the glue. That's next. Okay, so they say you should always do a test glue up, but we're not going to. I don't care. I cut these angles extra big. If they don't fit, I don't give a shit. When you're gonna glue something with wood glue, get you a dry rag, get you a wet rag, because you're going to need both. Open up your impossible to open glue everybody always bitches about, but really they're just too lazy to clean the fucking tip. I hope I got enough glue in here. Whatever. And put a decent amount in the crack. You know what I mean? So anyway, who did you vote for? I like the way you work it. No diggity, gotta glue it up. Ah, but you gotta do the end too. Shitty. I'll do both of them because I'm good like that. Alrighty then. Let's curl this fucker up. That's the fun part. In case you didn't know it, here's the fun part, everybody. Here's where you curl it up too tight and the tape comes all popping the fuck off. And then the fucking glue dries before you can get the fucking rubber bands on this shit. This is a hell of a lot better than the last one I made, I can tell you that. Get Get you your first wad of rubber bands. And up. There we go. I fucked it up. Goddamn, too many rubber bands. Shit. Can't stretch. Fuck me. Shit. Oh, I'm fucking it. It slipped inside. It's fucking... Okay. Shit. And there we go. Okay. Let's take a look in this thing. Think I used enough glue? Fucking maybe. More rubber bands. Maybe not quite so many. What do you think? Ding, ding, da, ding, ding, squeak, squeak, get a dee. You do need a lot of rubber bands. You can also use surgical tubing, or bandy clamps, or your dad's belt. Maybe your mom's purse strap. Flip it. I got these rubber bands for free at an auction, by the way. I ain't be paying for this shit. Did you get your rubber bands at an auction? You should have. You fucker. Damn. That shit look fucking good. Ooh, shit, look the fuck out. Jesus God, why? I have seen the light, and it is good. That looks like your... that looks like your bunghole. Alright, Beavis. Clean some glue off of that shit on the outside with your wet paper towel. That's less sanding you'll have to do later. And what I've not heard anyone mention in a YouTube video before is how much fucking harder wood glue is to sand than fucking wood is. It sucks. You don't want to sand it if you don't have to. Everybody cleans it off, but they don't tell you what a bitch it is. I like it. I like it. We like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. We're just some men who rock the mic. Well, I'm going to put a few more rubber bands on it, but whatever. Because this kind of shit, it happens every day. You see, 3 days later, you must have more. Yeah, if these fucking rubber bands weren't free, I'd be doing some shit about this. That's your problem, though. You can either use your free auction rubber bands or find some different shit. I don't care. I've got these fucking free rubber bands. What the fuck do you got? You got nothing, punk. You fucking silly. And your mom's silly and your father's silly. You're a bunch of silly fucking bastards. That's it. Let this goddamn thing dry for 24 hours. Talk to me tomorrow. The end.
Day 2. Whoop-diddy-doo. Let's take the rubber bands and tape off of this Rainmaker.
So if you didn't slop too much glue on this thing, you can probably save most of these rubber bands as opposed to cutting them off for the other thousands of Rainmakers you're going to make. You just roll them up. You get a big shit pile of them that you can't fucking take off. Well, let's see what we got here. Pretty good. Got some rubber band on there. That'll come right off. Maybe a little gap right there. Gonna paint it, never even see it. So, next step, trimming those uneven ends. Got my table saw blade set at maximum height. It's gonna take 2 cuts. Let's see if I don't fuck it up. Boy, that's really splintering the wood. We're gonna have to do something different. All right, so I lowered the blade to a little bit more than half the height of this thing and put some blue tape on it. Let's see how that goes. Something ain't right. Thing's cutting crooked as shit. Attempt number 3. Got my sweet ass table saw sled out. Gonna try to cut this fucker for a 3rd time. If that don't work, gonna throw it in the gutter, go buy another. Gotta sneak up on the cut. Gotta sneak up on it. Okay. So I've got this super inexpensive 1/4" Home Depot screen flattened out because we got to cut about 20 or so fucking pieces out of it to fit inside of this dumbass thing as a baffle for the fucking beads to fall through. This time when I cut it smart. See, I measured it in the inside and it was 3 inches. So here's a big plot twist, big surprise here. You're going to take your screen and you're going to put it on your dowel rod. And then they're going to go in there. See that? See how that goes in there? That's what you're going to do. You're going to take it, put it on the stick, and you're going to put the stick in the Rainmaker, and that's going to make the rain. So I done cut me a couple of 3-inch wide strips of this shit. Made me a couple of marks here on the table that are 3 inches wide. Now I'm going to cut 3-inch squares. I will record it so you can enjoy me cutting these squares. Little darling, square it up. Boring. Okay, that should be enough. Let's cut them into octagons now, shall we? All right, all done. That was actually really fun, and it only took maybe, what, 2-3 minutes? Now we're going to cut our dowel rod to the right length. You're going to line your dowel rod up with this freaking Rainmaker. Draw you a line at the end of it. You're going to cut it 2 inches shorter than that. And cut that thing. Use a saw, whatever. I'm going to use this thing so it's sitting here. Maybe. Got it, bitch. Now that our dowel rod's cut to the right length, we're going to make a mark on the dowel rod every 1.5 inches. And on every one of those marks, we're going to glue one of the screens. Let's get started. Started at 1.5 inches. Yeah. 1.5 inches. 3. 4.5. Count with me. 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, 12, 13.5, 15, 16.5, 18, 19.5, 21, 22.5, 24, 25.5, 27, 28.5, 30, 31.5, and we're done. So there go your marks. You're going to put them screens on there and put the glue on it. We're going to do that right now. Got 2 pro tips here for you. First thing, when you're cutting your screens, maybe do it in your neighbor's house or like in the neighbor's driveway or in the parking lot of the Home Depot. That way you don't have to clean all the little metal pieces and shit up when you get done. Second tip, before you put your screens on your dowel rod, go ahead and sand the tip down so the screens slide right on there, both sides. Because you're going to put screens on both sides. You're not going to be a moron and slide the screens all the way down the entire length of the dowel rod, are you? All right, so here we go. We're putting our screens on our dowel rod. If there's a hole in the middle, put it in that hole. Just try to get it approximate. Yeah, slide that on there. Do the next one. Where's the middle of that piece of shit? I don't like the look of that one. Some fucking idiot cut that one. And one to grow on. And then the other side. Ooh, well, I'm gonna put them on faster now. It's like I know what the fuck I'm doing now. Okay. Can we see this? Here's an important step. I've done a test fit of these screens to see how they fit in here, and they fit fucking great. So I'm gonna pull them out, straighten them out, and glue them. You don't want them to be too tight. Because when you go to jam them in there, you can fuck them up. So keep them in that orientation as they are as you pull them out. There may be one or two you gotta fix. Come along on a wood gluing journey with me, won't you? So the glue doesn't stick to the screen, it sticks to the wood. The glue is going to be put on here simply to prevent the screens from sliding onto each other and sliding up and down the rod and clogging up the rice and or glass beads. We're going to repeat this process several times throughout the day and maybe until tomorrow till we get a big glob of glue completely around both sides of these screens. Drippity-doo-dah, drippity-yay. My, oh my, what a screen gluing day. Plenty of glue screens heading my way. Drippity-doo-dah. This song's, well, can't say that word anymore, can we? So yeah, we'll let this dry and move on to something else. Fun. All right, we're going to make the ends for this thing. First, I'm going to cut a couple of 4-inch squares that are eventually going to be cut down into the octagons that go on the end. Blah, blah, blah. 4x5, something like that. We'll trim off the excess after. Next, we're going to cut 2 4-inch pieces out of some 3/4 inch thick pine here. That's going to fit down inside the tube. Hey, remember that piece that I cut off before? We're going to use it to trace along the inside. God, I suck. Let's cut this sucker out on the old Harbor Freight Special.
Bandsaw.
And there you have it. You may ask yourself, do these fit inside this tube? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one go right in there. That's good. Yeah. Fucking A. Did it right the first time for a change. What we're going to do is glue this to this, and then that is going down inside the tube. So it's nice and strong. Good glue bond. We're going to do that right now. Put your glue on the thing. You smear it around with your little finger there. Don't be a... And put it in the center of the thing. And get ready for it to slide all over the fucking place. Push it down. Just push it down. How many times am I going to say it? And then take your $1 Home Depot clamps, the only good thing that they sell at that store, and clamp it up. Done. Take your $1 Harbor Freight clamps and clamp the other one. All right. You do want to clean this glue off because it might not fit down in the tube. Sometimes a little stick like this works just as good. Okay. Jesus. Let them dry. Hour. Come back. We'll glue one of them sons of bitches on the fucking tube. So it's been an hour or so since we put the glue on the first time. Gonna flip it over. I straightened the screens out already. And we're gonna put glue on again. And we're gonna do that till we can't stand it. Amazing. This shit's dried for an hour. Let's put one of these fuckers on. Make sure it fit. Not that way. Oh, that way. Put you a bunch of glue on there. Oh yeah, bunch of goddamn glue. There you go. Whoopee. Put a clamp on it. Clamp. Not. long enough. Must force on. I have longer clamps. Alright. Now some more thrilling glue application. We're gonna go all the way around this shit this time. If you think you got a better way to do this, then fucking do it. Leave your fucking idea in the fucking comment section. Gonna straighten these screens out. I don't know why I am yelling. Yeah. Let that dry. Yeah, so this thing's done. Anyway, I was looking at this thing, and I was thinking it looks like a mortar tube or something for like bottle rockets or mortars or whatever they do. Yeah. Cool. Crikey, she's got a big one. That's not a knife. I can't think of anything funny to say about this. Can you? It's on the tip of my tongue. I feel like I can almost taste it, but I don't know. All right now, John, what you're going to do now is you're going to get your 1 kilogram bag of glass green 3mm seed beads, and you'll divide it, you'll separate it, John. You're going to divide it in half, and what you'll be left with is 1/2 kilogram of glass green 3mm seed beads.
That's bloody amazing, Paul!
And then you put them in the tube.
Incredible, Paul!
Then glue the other one. What the hell did you think I was gonna do? Sheesh. Not glue the other one? Woo, shit. Wah, wah. Clamp it, you're done. Day 4. Apparently I set too high of a standard for myself yesterday. With all the fireworks and sing-songing and sunshine and shit. None of that bullshit today. Just me and my wood. Alright, I cut the wood. Let's cut the other wood. It's all about that bass, no bevel. Okay, I did it! Hell yeah! Shit! Alright! Got this Ryobi corner cat. Hooked up to dust collection. Pretty sweet. I've had to replace the bottom pad on this thing twice now. Well, the second time coming up soon because it's falling the fuck off. Got extra screws in there holding that son of a bitch on there half-assedly. We'll see if it makes it through. Brand new piece of 80 grit sand. Anyway. Boom! Gonna sand it up, baby. Or maybe I'll just go back to bed. That's good. That's 1:15 to go. See me feeling it with my finger? That's how you know if it's good or not. Give it the finger test first. Just like that. Done. Flip it. I forgot I'm painting it, not staining it. I can be a little bit more aggressive, really. Did I mention I'm gonna paint this? Oh, I wonder what color he's gonna paint it. Oh, I can't wait to see. Probably shit brown. Yeah, that's what color I think I'll paint it. Shit brown. That ought to look nice, right? Damn. Feel like that only took like 3 minutes. Nice. Now I'm gonna get some regular sandpaper and sand these sharp ass edges. So that'll be real exciting too. Make sure I film that entertainment. Got some used 100 grit I'm gonna go over these sharp ass corners with. Might even want to do that earlier in the process because they can flake off and chip and shit and cut you. But I'm doing it now because I like the pain, baby. Want to feel it? Makes you know you're alive. Why not use the electric sander on this too? Because you can go with the grain and get little spots and shit that you can't get with that hand sander. Even the precious fucking corner cat that sneaks in all the corners can't get what I can get with my hand. You don't want to leave big goddamn scratches because that'll show up in the paint. 100 grit is pretty aggressive. I'm only pushing on the peak here. I'm not pushing on the flat part. I don't want to scratch it with 100 grit because it's already pretty smooth. And that'd be fucking dumb. You'd just be making more fucking work for yourself. Unless you're some goddamn masochist that likes to sand for fucking days and hours. Do it right. Do it right from the beginning. Do it right from the start. There's a life philosophy for you. No fucking shortcuts. Get it done and get it done right the first time and be fucking done with it. Leave it right for the next guy. Just kidding. I cheat at shit all the time. I don't care. Nobody knows. Nobody's watching me. You can do whatever you want to. Nobody gives a shit, really. They might fucking act like they do, but they're all worried about themselves. We're all worried about ourselves, really, aren't we? And this is taking kind of a dark turn, hasn't it? That's all right, because pretty soon we're going to have our very own deluxe 3-foot rainmaker. All done. Ready to sit there and turn upside down and spin and spin and spin for hours and hours and hours. Just listening to the rainfall. Listening to our own rainfall. This is going to be rain that we're making ourselves for our own enjoyment and the enjoyment of others. For days and weeks and months and decades and centuries and millennia and eons that come, we're going to be flipping this fucking rainmaker that we spent fucking 20 hours goddamn making in our basement with nobody else around, sitting here filming this shit, editing this shit for no fucking reason. All right, that looks great. Feels great too. Yeah, I'm gonna sand these. Them sharp. I'm gonna use the corner cat again. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. All make me sing now. Left hand, can't take it anymore. Gotta switch it up. Ambidextrous, switch hitter, like being with a stranger. Dude, some guy asked me to make this for him that I just met, and I said, fuck it, all right. You have any idea what I'd have to charge this guy to break even on this shit with all the time I got in this and the materials? I mean, if you just count the material I used on this, not including the 4x8 sheet, just the part of the sheet that I used for this, plus the beads and all the other dumb shit, can of spray paint, polyurethane, I don't know, let's call it $30 maybe, between 20 and 30. And then how many hours did I spend on this? Just making it, not the filming bullshit. I don't know. I mean, let's say it only took me 2 hours to make this. What's your time worth to you? If I told this guy $100 for this thing, he'd shit in his pants. I'm just gonna sell it to him for fucking cost. I don't care. I'm just doing it for fun to be a nice guy. Sound real nice, don't I? Real nice. Come over here. I'll be nice to you too. I'll touch you and hug you and squeeze you and love you and call you my very own. And every once in a while, if you're really good, I'll let you out of the pit. Sand it with the grain. What does that mean? Where is this grain and why aren't they sanding with me? I don't know. I never figured it out. Maybe you can look it up for me and tell me about it. Put that in the comments section. Oh, by the way, you should subscribe to my channel. It is something else. Something god awful and terrible. Only really meant for a few people. Kind of like therapy. You're sitting here, you're touching stuff. You're all rubbing on stuff. I think I might need some time alone. Got a cross grain scratch there, I think. I'm not sure what the grain exactly is still, but I think this is a cross grain scratch. Oh yeah, you can see it. Look at that. See that thing? Should I try to sand that shit out? I guess. Let me get the 100 grit. It's going to take quite a bit of the 100 grit. Might get that fucking quarter cat back out. Fucking quarter cat it. Yeah, look at that. Sanding completely through the outside layer. This outside layer on this thing, I can't even imagine how thin. In my wildest imagination, cannot imagine how thin it is. Can't even conceive of it. Must be microscopic. Must be measured in microns or nanometers. Picometers, perhaps. That's good. We're going to dust this thing off. I'll probably vacuum it, hit it with some cheesecloth. Is that what they call it? Tack cloth, maybe. And then we're going to paint it outside in the beautiful sunshine. That's going to be nice. There's always birds out there chirping. We're going to get to listen to some of those birds today. Just me and you. It'll be real nice. We're going to paint this. We're going to listen to some really nice birds just chirping. They don't care what's going on. They're just doing bird things. Gathering twigs, making nests, bathing in the bird baths, digging up worms, giving them to their babies. I'll see you there in just a minute. All right, guess we'll go ahead and paint it now. What a beautiful day it is outside. I think I'll paint it 2 or 3 coats on the sides and the top and the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and let that dry, and then I'll flip it over and get the rest. Sound like a plan? Yeah, sounds good to me too. That's the first coat. Let's let that dry, and we'll come back in just a few minutes. It's 90 degrees, so it won't be long. While we're taking a little break outside, I'd like to show you my favorite flower, dinner plate hibiscus, and it has a beautiful giant dinner plate size flower all over it. Here's the first bloom of this year. This just opened up yesterday, and as you can see, it's about the size of my hand already. They love sunlight, and they love the rain. They love feeling good, just like you and like me. All right, are you ready to watch as I put the second coat of paint on the Rainmaker and the first coat of paint on my cell phone lens? Wonderful. Fantastic. Beautiful. Amazing. What a gorgeous day. What a gorgeous day to be alive. My goodness. There's no real good reason to show the third coat of paint, but I'm gonna show you anyway. one side's all done. Now it's time to flip it and paint the rest. See you then, friend. Are you ever afraid to leave your house because you just don't know what's waiting out there for you? Or maybe you do know and you don't want to face it. Sometimes you just have to. You gotta unlock the door first, though. And just like that, the painting is done. Much like this day is done. And as the sun begins to go down on this day, as it does on our lives, one can't help but think about the days past and the sorrow and torment we've all had to endure up until this point, and perhaps be a little bit thankful that we are near the end. So, just got to put some polyurethane on this and it'll be done. Cool. Day 5, home stretch, final countdown. Getting this Rainmaker done. Gonna put that polyurethane on today. Got an old can, got a new can. Gonna thin out the old can so it's the same consistency of the new one. If I can get it open. Yeah, Home Depot stopped carrying Minwax products, and they got this Varathane brand, and I like the Minwax better. These things seem shitty to me. Well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and just use the new one. Day 5, still alive. Johnny 5. Got everything we need for the whole day today here. Everything we need. Shelter, food, love. But what is that, you ask? Why is there a blue Sharpie? Squeak, laying on the desk. Ah, and what is that, you say? Oh God, is it a blemish? A blemish on our beautiful Rainmaker? What are we gonna do about it? How did this happen? What caused it? Questions we'll never be able to answer, except what we're gonna do about it. We're gonna take our blue Sharpie and we're just gonna color that in. Paint it. I don't wanna wait for that shit. Let's just do this instead. There you go. Rub it in with your finger. Not bad. Lick your finger. Should have stopped while we were ahead. All right, I can live with that. This thing's not gonna be perfect anyway. If you look around the edges at the top, and that's the worst one right there. Perfect. Hideous. But this is a homemade project. If you're going for perfection, buy something online. You could obviously just get some wood putty or something, fill this in, paint it again, but I like it. I like the imperfections. I did want to mention, I cleaned off this entire workshop surface. When you're doing finishing on something, start with a nice clean surface, because when shit goes sideways and you start having to lay shit down faster, this thing fucking falls over while I'm painting it into a big pile of sawdust and shit. That's going to be a bad day. So help yourself out. Brush, brush, brush. All right. Time to do this. I've kind of set myself up for failure on this because this 3-inch paintbrush barely wants to fit down in the polyurethane. It will, but it's going to be a pain in the ass. But it actually matters on this project because you want to put polyurethane on as fast as possible because you always want to keep a wet edge and work with wet polyurethane. When you start to try to paint and brush polyurethane that's starting to dry, it leaves nasty streaks and dull spots, and that's the opposite of what we want here. Also, you want to use a decent paintbrush. This is not a decent paintbrush. This is the cheapest paintbrush you can buy. I got it at the Dollar Tree in a 3-pack for $1. So this is a 33-cent paintbrush. We'll see how it goes. Also, painting this thing in this position is the best way I've found to do it. If you try to do it horizontally, I don't even know how you would do it. I like to put it on thick as you can, and I don't worry about wasting it or slopping it, because that's going to happen. Oh, and slopping it I am. So I want to come back after I get it all on this thing and do a final pass. What do they call that? Top it off? I don't think so. Yeah, top coat? No. I don't know. If you know, let me know. I can't remember. When you do that final brush pass on polyurethane or paint or whatever. Now we're going to do our final pass. Slow, even, straight strokes is just how she likes it. And resume. One thing I didn't have here was a paper towel to clean up this big shit pile of mess, because there's a fan directly above this that I want to put this under, and I don't want to leave this thing sitting in a huge pile of polyurethane. That would be highly irresponsible of me. I'm not going to get any more on the brush, and we're going to get this top. Let's see what direction the grain is in. Oh, that's hard to tell with the paint. And I broken and ruined it. Shit. I almost did that shit before doing this. Surprise. He said to no one. Oh, the top of this thing slippery. Okay, let's try this again. I still cannot see any kind of grain direction. So I guess we just pick one. I'll usually take my brush, grab it in my glove hand, wrap that glove around it, and save it for the next time. So, how'd we do? Look pretty good. Bubble trouble. You're gonna have bubbles. Probably due to that cheap ass brush. It is what it is. It's gonna look good. All right, then we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna turn on my overhead fan here and dry this sucker off right quick. Hopefully that won't get too much dust on it. And here we are, coat number 2. First one dried in less than an hour. Pretty awesome. About to do this again. Stir it up, or the manufacturer's instructions. Always stir it. They want you stirring this shit continuously. Take your little brush out of your old glove. Probably don't use this glove again. You could try it. I'm not going to that. Yeah, get your little paint stick. Wipe your little stick off. Not the first time you've done that, I'll venture, if you're sitting at home watching this bullshit. Little bit stiff, a little bit, and thin too. I have to hold it, put some pressure on it, because there's going to be parts on it that are all prickly and whatnot. So, suck your toe. You can reuse these brushes if you wrap them up like on the same day, but if you're going to go longer than that, you got to soak it in like mineral spirits overnight. I'm hoping this shit all gets done in one day. We'll see. We'll also see if I drop it on my fucking head. I got one good paintbrush. All my other ones are bullshit ones. It's a fucking Worcester. A Worcester, baby. Here's the part where I drop it again, obviously. Okay, here's our top coat thingy. I can't believe I still can't remember that's all. Tip it off. Tip it. Gonna brush it. I don't know. Had to look it up if it mattered. Let me roll this out of the way. Here's where it happened the last time. Remember that? Not this fucking time. Here we go. Is there a direction on this? Damn, I cannot tell. That means I suck. Nothing new there. Actually, this is really good. Maybe it doesn't even really need me to be doing this. Strange. How'd I do such a good job? Usually my work is total fucking garbage. Every once in a while you get lucky. Even if something dog finds a bone or some shit like that. That's the example of when you wipe it when it's already kind of starting to dry. See how that looked like shit? But it's probably better to do that than to leave big humps on it that you definitely have to sand off. This one maybe we won't have to sand. I'm just going to try to smooth it down. It already looks like crap. Oh, something to mention. When you got your polyurethane soaked rags and stuff, crumble them up real tight and throw them right in the trash. That's the best thing to do with them. Oh, final pass there. Done. Coat 2 through. See you for coat 3. Just you and me. All right, coat number 3. Why don't we see if this will be the last coat that we'll need on this Rainmaker. I don't know. It's going all right. It kind of looks not the best. It's a little streaky. No big deal though. That's the thing about polyurethane is the last coat is the only one that has to really look good. You're going to sand this anyway, which will totally ruin it basically. And then the last coat is the one that you want to not suck. Let's blame it on this shitty brush. Can't be me. I claim no responsibilities for any wrongdoings or mistakes in my life. It's always someone else's fault or the fault of the situation itself, not myself. I'm a victim of circumstance, baby. Still didn't look that word up. Tip it off. I swear I'm going to remember this time for the 4th coat. Then we'll all know. And then we'll all collectively breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, thank God this asshole fucking told us this stupid fucking word nobody needs to know. Yeah, I don't know. When you start getting them dry streaks and shit, kind of want to blame this shitty brush. Again, you know, because couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. Still finding them screens. Cut it at your neighbors. The fourth coat's all done. Sorry you missed it. Tipping off paint.
According to the Craftsman blog, tipping off is the technique of running your brush very gently across the surface immediately after you have applied the paint. This gives the trim a super smooth finish and helps it level out.
Well, I hope that explanation has helped to level you out. Fifth coat is done. See you tomorrow. All right, day 6. Hard to believe we've been together this long, isn't it, friends? Anyway, got the Rainmaker laying down on the bench. Had a little accident last night. We're going to just try to sand that out. I guess. I don't know. What the? Wait a second. This isn't the Rainmaker. That's the board I painted it on. I'm sorry, everybody. I should have told you I have a condition where I can't tell my ass from a hole in the ground. You know how everybody has a condition these days? I just want to let you know that I also have one. I've got one too. Anyway, let's get that Rainmaker and sand it, huh? Don't want my fat ass in the frame. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, no more fun. Back to business. Got some 400 grit 3M sandpaper. It's good stuff. Usually I use that cheap ass Harbor Freight bullshit, but this is better. I'm just gonna feel for bumps. Let's just sand off bumps first, and then we'll sand the whole thing. I changed my mind already. Let's just sand the whole thing. That's gonna make the bumps show up. Here's a tip for you. When you're sanding anything, concentrate on the flat parts first. These peaks like this, those sand in like one pass, and it's real easy to go right through your finish there down to the bare wood. So don't even sand these at first. That's for real. That shit really happens, at least in my hood. We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that. Switching up lefty feels so strange, so different. Don't tell my wife. You like how I hold my pinky out here when I'm sanding? It's like I'm holding a teacup. We're at a tea party. Mosquito in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That makes this the last one, you fucking genius. A late tape. Still a little wet on the bottom. Not wet, but soft. You know, I'm older now. See the blue? See the blue on there? That's the paint coming off, which is fine, but you don't want too much to come off. Oh, you hear the rain? It's raining. Inside. Got that mosquito. All right, we're gonna stop while we're ahead. Keep it clean, especially if she's been getting multiple UTIs. It's probably your fault. That's a soft rubber boot. That's the stuff. It's got tacky on it. It's not wacky, but it is tacky. You can't smoke it, you fucking pot smoking fucking fiends. You rub it on here and it takes the dust off. So what does this look like now that I've sanded it? That's what it looks like. Hell, even that ain't bad. I think it looked fine just like that even, but we're gonna make it real shiny. coming up next. So I'm going to try something new. I like to learn new things too. I'm going to thin out this polyurethane for the final coat on the Rainmaker. 2 parts of this, 1 part of this. Into here is supposed to give a nice, smooth, clean finish. We'll see. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to scoop it with this and eyeball it. This first, see if I can dump it right on the camera lens. This is how you pour one of these cans. Sideways with this at the top. It still splashes all over the fucking place. Yeah, what do you think? Put twice as much of this in here as what's in there now. Ooh, look at that. This is absolutely going to ruin this Rainmaker. Test it on a test piece first? I don't think so. My instincts are telling me do not use this. Do not put this on the precious, precious Rainmaker that's going to save all of our lives. But I guess I have to. I've gone too far. There's no turning back. Let us, and I'm not talking about the leafy green vegetable, begin. That actually looks fucking great. Wow. Let's see how it looks by the time I get done with the 8 sides. Got some bubbles, probably because of this brush and because I'm doing it fast. Doing it too fast. You gotta take your time with things. Don't rush it. Learn to enjoy it. It's not about getting it done. It's about the journey to the climax. Well, I sure mixed up enough. You know, it's really a good idea to count your sides, which I haven't done on a single coat yet because you can't tell which ones you've done. So I'm just gonna tip it off real slow and light, just sliding down like water. I'll be interested to see what it looks like when it's done. Looks like it's gonna be fun. I think we both learned something new today. Tip it off. Yeah, this shit done. Damn, that looks good. Shit. Let this dry, sand the bottom, put 2 or 3 coats on the bottom. The Rainmaker will be done. And then we'll all be happy. The world will be complete. We're all gonna have a nice warm feeling in our hearts and the desire to be with others and love our fellow man. See you soon. Did you hear that? It's day 7, everybody. It's the last day. We're gonna finish the Rainmaker today. Couple changes today. Got a smaller paintbrush because we're just gonna paint the end today of the Rainmaker and try to do some little touch-ups along the edge and blend it in with the rest of it and try to make it look real nice. Got that thinned out polyurethane again. Well, let's just paint it, shall we? All right, here we go. Got my polyurethane right here. It's in that same container I used yesterday, but it's not the same. I made it again today. Gonna get plenty on my brush. Saturate the brush. Saturate it. But then get rid of the excess. I don't want any drips today. Okay, here we go. Let's see how it looks. I think that'll be just fine. No need to dilly-dally. See this little dark spot right here? That one? Can you see it? Yeah, oh yeah, you can see it in the camera. Yeah, that's more blue marker. How about that? Oh, listen. Oh, that looks good. I think this is going to be okay. I think we're going to blend it right in. Right along the edges. Yep. Oh, quiet. Remember, this was the bottom. So, oh, there's a little bubble. Gotta go that way. That might be all right. Little white spot here from sanding. Hopefully that'll go away. If not, I think you know what I'm gonna do. Guess what I've got for the little tiny little spots? An even smaller brush. Can you see that, everyone? I only need a little bit. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave that because this will need at least 2 coats, especially with the thin polyurethane, because I've thinned it out. You know what that means? That means when you put something in the polyurethane, like acetone or vinegar. All right, that's the first coat. See you in a minute. Next time. That's right. Anywhere else? Oh, maybe. Maybe right there. Oh. Okay. Getting some more polyurethane on my brush. And look, I got a new little container. This one has a lid, keeps the polyurethane fresh. I'm so glad we're friends. I'm right behind you. Sounds amazing. I feel like I'm going down a raft on the Amazon, and there's a big storm. Oh, look, I see a hippopotamus. Is that a toucan? Watch out for the crocodile. He'll get you. He's got all those teeth and no toothbrush. See? There's the lid. It's got a little tab right here on the corner. That's for when you want to open it. Right now, we're gonna close it. Oh! Save it for the next time. Bye-bye. Surprise! Here I am. Anyway, okay, pretty exciting. We're gonna put the last coat of polyurethane on our deluxe 3-foot rainmaker, and then it'll be all done. Here, would you like to try? Okay. Great news, everybody. We're going to put our last... There's that sound. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured it out. I've been looking all around the house. I only seem to hear it when I'm down here talking to you. Yeah. Oh, careful. Oh, did you feel that? Oh, I think there was an earthquake or something. The whole house was shaking. Made me feel like I was back on my river raft floating down the Nile. Just a bouncing around, getting all splashed on, looking out for those big old snakes. Those big old snakes that are big enough to eat a whole tiger. What do they call those snakes? They squeeze you real tight. They sound really scary and dangerous to me. Is that a boa constrictor? Yeah, that's it. That's a boa constrictor. Oh, wait. Then there was that one movie with LL Cool J. That was called Anaconda. I'm all confused now. I don't know. Almost done. Well, actually, we were done and we didn't even know it. Oh, so wonderful. So wonderful. Our rainmaker's all finished. I want to tell all of you what a wonderful time I've had spending my time with you. And I want to thank you for spending your time with me. Goodbye, friend. Oh, hi, friend. It's nice to meet you. What's your name? Well, it was really nice talking to you. You gotta stop and smell the flowers. Hi. Want to be friends? Looks like one of our little tree friends had an accident. Somebody's gonna have a bonfire. That sounds like fun. I think I'm gonna come. Oh. Ah. Hi, friend. Oh, hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm just getting done with my taxes. Will you take a look at this? Is this how you spell your legal name? Oh, good, good, good. Oh my goodness. That's so wonderful. I'm so proud of you. Let's put it right up here. Congratulations. You deserve it. Oh, that's a wonderful picture. I'm gonna hang it. I'll hang it right up here. Oh, that looks nice. All right, honey. Good night. Here's your favorite teddy. Good night, sweetie.
It was in my purse. Toby and I were dangling off the roof. He cut it off and left.
Hey!
It was a great everyday purse.
Hey!
Everything.
We might have.
Are you the one that left 3 goldfish in the bag?
Idle is unpredictable at best.
Please make sure you're not using all the hot water. Hey! Hey! I asked you 3 weeks ago to do the weed eating. All right, there's nothing to be worried about. Just step on the brake, push the button, and start the car, just like they taught you in class. Okay, good, good. Now slowly shift it into reverse and back out. You're doing fine. Good. Okay, just shift it into drive and head on up the driveway. What do you mean, no? It'll be fine. Just listen to what I tell you, and we'll just be careful. Whoa, what are you doing with the brakes? Relax. One, two, three, STOP. Stop! Stop, 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 stop! Were you even watching? All right, just take your time. Nobody gets it perfect on their first try. Use your backup camera. No, don't get upset. Don't get upset. Just pull forward. Try it again. I'll set the cone back up for you. All right, shift into reverse and try it again. Remember, turn your wheel the opposite way, the opposite direction that you want the car to go. Okay, turn it the other way. Turn it the other way. Turn it the other way. You're gonna hit it. Turn it, turn it, turn it. You hit it again. Let's take a look. See, you're all the way to the left. You got all kinds of room over here, all kinds of room. Okay? Hey, why are you late? Why didn't you call me? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Is that a pierced ear? Oh my God, dreadlocks? Have you been taking the pod? Where are you taking us? You're starting to worry me. Why aren't you saying anything? Oh my goodness. It's gorgeous. Oh, I'm so glad we came. Oh. What a wonderful day. Okay. We'll read it one more time, then you have to go to sleep. Once there was a land that lived in fear of 7 goblins. They were called the Rainbow Goblins, and each had his own color, which was also his name.
I've done it! I've done it! Yes! Yes! It is mine! One rainmaker to rule the world! Yes, let it rain! Let it rain!
I waited for you for 5 hours.